Hi everyone, it is Mickey here from Pretty Talent, and I am going to continue working on this journal of mine. Now, I have been giving this a lot of thought, and a whole lot of me wants to move away from the bee theme and explore some other options like mushrooms and musical instruments and even the mice and whatever it is. Those are all 3 M's: music, mushrooms, mice. That just sort of occurred to me. But at the same time, I think having a theme run through the journal makes a lot of sense. I have a whole lot of bee printables still. And we did call this bee leaf. Do you remember bee leaf? Can you see that? I don't know. Anyways, so I was thinking that maybe for these envelope covers we should stick with the bee theme. Maybe. I don't know. I really am on 2 minds about this still. What I'm going to do, since I don't seem to be able to make up my mind about this tonight, is I'm going to go to the last page and do the very last page, the end sheet at the back, in this bee theme as well. And if I do something else in between, then so be it, but then it will be enveloped in this bee theme. Now, I did, since ending the previous video, do 2 things to this page. My apologies. I did not like that paperclip that I put in there. So I went rummaging in my box of ready-made items. I have this container of stuff that's made. Well, I've got more than that container. That's just one of them. But that one has some ready-made paper clips, and I found this one and I thought it went very nicely with the theme. It's a really simple one. It's 2 kinds of wool. It's that one and that one, and then just a little brown ribbon, all just tied together on a paper clip. Should pull it tighter, I think. And it's a better finish than the one that I had on. Then, whilst rummaging through the box, I also came upon this. Now, these are just little offcuts, literally offcut paper pieces from projects that I have put a topper on and stapled together, and it's as simple as that. There's nothing intricate about this. The idea with this is not really to make a notebook, but just to create some interesting papers in a little bundle that you can include in a project while you are working on it. You know, punch it out or fold it double and make something of it or whatever. And I thought, since it coincided with the color scheme here, I'm going to tuck that one in here and give myself a little something extra to play with once I start journaling this. So that's what I've added. Now, going to the last pages then, I have started prepping. Let me just move this out of the way and I can show you. I have started prepping this a little bit, and this is I did this off camera because this is nothing new. I've been doing this now in the past 2 videos. And so all I've done is again taken my honeycomb stencils, all of these, and I have just randomly stenciled here. I've also taken this one and just made some dripping honey, and it's literally just flipping it over and continuing the pattern right across this page. On this one, I included a little jar of honey, a little beehive. We'll see if I cover that maybe later on, but I just thought a little bit more interest, a little bit more color than I've had on the page until now. I can't get the stencils out. So that's what's been happening off camera. Now, here are the colors I've used. the carmine was used there. The sunflower was used on all the honey bits. The gardenia was used here. The coffee brown is used all over the show and in the little handle. And then I did use this rotting wood O2 ink to just ink that one. And then I glued it down. Last time I almost forgot about my little flap. This time I thought, let me get it in place before I even start. And that's what's been happening. Now, what is this that I've got? Let me show you this. So this is another printable, and the designer didn't print the name on the printable, which is a bit of a pity because I don't always write this down when I print it out. Shall I show you this? This is my gator mouth file for printables and ready-made embellishments and things. So, yes, this comes from that file. And I didn't make a note of the seller. It's on Etsy. I know I bought this on Etsy. So I can probably go back and go find you the link. Okay, but this is what it looks like. And this is the one I think that I want to use now. What I like about this one is that it has some, okay, it's majority yellow. But you will see just now. Okay, I like the words here as well. This one has a frame which is a little odd. The frame is on all the pages. I like the postcards. I think I'm going to do something with the postcards. Interesting bookmarks and tags and things, labels. Some interesting pockets. More interesting stuff like the threefold. So there's some really interesting ones. And then this is what sold me on this one. I like the idea of the blue and the red coming in. So that appealed to me. And some fussy cuts. So that's what I'm going to be cutting out and getting ready. And then when I've done that, I'll come back and we'll continue working on this video. But that's it for now. See you just now. Hi guys, I'm back. And it's actually hours and hours since the last part of this video. But in any case, it's the next day. Well, next evening already. I have fussy cut the whole set, which took me forever to do, but I am very happy with what I've achieved. I also went into another Etsy buy. This is a set of papers that I bought on Etsy, and I printed these back to back, and I used some of these on this spread as well. Now, I am going to show you a couple of things that I've done, but let's first do this. I've done this with all of the tags and the labels and the things, except for this one, which I thought I'd leave to do on screen. So this is a little tag, and all I'm doing is I'm coming in with my ink. There's no solid surface to work on here. Let me move over. And I just inked it to get rid of that stark white. And then, and this is completely optional, a Faber-Castell pit pen, but the small tip, I just freehand drew a very wobbly line. Oi, and there I go off. A very wobbly line off around all of them to just kind of finish them a little bit. Now, that's up to you whether you like that or not. I don't like too much perfection. It seems unnatural to me. Apologies. I'm still struggling with this thing that just doesn't want to go away. So what else have I done? I have some of the fussy cuts in this set just seemed too tedious for me to cut. So what I did was to cut them squares. And then I bound all of them together in a little tab booklet, if you like. These were all supposed to be cut as fussy cuts. I inked the front because there was a whole lot of white in the front, and I inked the back with this little wobbly lines. Took a little piece of ribbon, tied them together so that you can page them and use the journaling space that's been created. Now, these I simply tuck behind that little fold over. Right, I'll get to that just now. Now, before I do that, and before that gets in my way, what I've also done, let me move this stuff out of the way, was to, from these double-sided paper sets that I've shown you, well, I printed the double-sided, I cut this little beehive shape, well, almost beehive shape, and this is going to be my little surprise element. And all I've done is just created a fold here to hinge it. And I've lost my glue. There it is. I'm going to glue this down. I just want to make sure that it covers everything. Right. Let's put this thing here to keep it down. Then I'm also going to take some of these fussy cut bees, and I did fussy cut them, but I inked over them because, again, there's a bit of white. It's too white around the fussy cutting. And so just to get rid of the white, I inked them with the brown, the coffee brown. Now, they are little fussy elements, aren't they? Okay, right. Let's hope that one is down now. I suppose I'm doing this the wrong way around, but let's just do it. Okay. That one will go there. I'm just going to keep using my punch to weight it down. Okay, this one I've also inked the back because some of this is going to be sticking over B. I was going to see which parts. Okay, so pretty much this is not going to stick over, and that will. Okay, let's weight it down again. Then this little bee, it's going to go somewhere there. Okay. And this one, which is partially inked at the back, the wings are going to stick over, so the glue doesn't go everywhere. Right. And that's the idea with this little element. A fun little interactive element to the page. And that's what it looks like. There's a bit of glue seepage there. How fortunate for me that it didn't stick down. Okay, anyways. Yo. Okay. Right, so that's that. Now, this one can go into its place. And when this one pages, I literally looked at this, it will actually still page. So that's quite cute. Okay, then this set has this. Let me just take those out and those out. It has these, which can be used in conjunction with each other because they are the same size. And so I've already folded them and done everything that needs to be done here, except for the gluing down. And that's just simply to save a bit of time on the videos, because honestly they get very long, isn't it? And you don't want to watch me cutting and folding. That's just tedious. Right, so we'll put that one in place. And then we'll grab it now. And then we'll put this one in place. Hold it there for a little bit. Now, you can fold this one over the other one or under the other one. I didn't want to because I created a little bit of extra space here. I'm going to put these two tabs in here. And I'm going to put these 3 tabs in here. And so already we've got a whole lot of journaling space going on this page. Now, the next set that I want to turn to are these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these tabs, all inked. Oh, these I did slightly different. I went with lines like that. Now, I want to glue these like this. So that they kind of overlap like that. And to do that, I need to think, what is the best way to do it? Well, I'll need to start with the top one, right? That is going to be my best bet. Sure, okay. And so I glue the 3 sides. And if you want them to be deeper, then you don't glue the bottom. Then they can slide all the way through, but I don't want them that deep. Okay, I'm just going to have to eyeball this now. Okay. And again, the 3 sides and bottom, leaving the top opening. I could have measured this, gotten it accurate. I didn't. Okay, and the last one. Now I'm just trying to stay in line here. Okay, that's not too shabby, I think. I think they came out rather good. Now, let's not get carried away with sticking these in too deep, since the glue is a long ways from set. But that's more or less the idea. Okay, now, the next element on this page are these. Those are the tags inside. And again, it's an overlapping pocket. Now, shall I do... No, let's give it the extra space. Why does this one not seem folded properly? I've got a bone folder. Yeah. Its fold line seems so wobbly. I don't know why. Okay, anyways. It is what it is now. So I'm going to put that one down. Let me glue this one as well while I'm at it. And even though I'm running the risk of too much of the sameness here, I decided I am going to go with it. Oh, come on, why can't I lift you up? Okay. That's the glue there. Holding it down a bit. This is just an oval one, and some square ones. They look like that. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. Okay, they go in there like that. I don't want them all to be. Just a little bit of differentiation there. Okay. Then, some of the elements in the kit I punched with my hexagonal punch, and these were also actually fussy cut elements. So this one you can see I've forgotten actually to ink the top. So all I do to get rid of the excessive white is to just go over the white areas with the brush. And now you've seen me do that, so that makes a bit more sense now. And I want to put this one over here. I think that one will look cute there. So that is simply a decorative element on the page. Just holding it down for a little bit. Now there's a gap here, and this is a curious gap because it's a pivotal point. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. But before I do that, I'm going to continue with the gluing down of stuff on this side of the page as well. Let me just get something in here. Okay. Now, I have taken those double-sided pages and I've actually created a little journal out of this. How many pages? I think there are 5. 1. Okay, let's do this. You can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then of course the 5 to the other side. And my paper trimmer actually chopped up the page there, the paper there. And I was going to cut it smooth, and then I thought I actually like it. I'm going to leave it as is. So I left the chopped up pieces as is. Okay, but that's, oh, you do need to cut them shorter. The inside ones are shorter than the outside ones. Let me show you this. If I were to line them up like this, can you see that as they come in, because there's extra width, if you want them to line up here, you need to cut the inside one shorter. So just bear that in mind. Okay, now I want to put this little booklet on a belly band. And the belly band I am going to create on one of the frames of cut pieces. And the other hexagonal shapes that I had cut from with my hexagonal punch. I didn't ink any of these. That's such an oversight. Let me just ink them because they're very white. I don't know where my mind was with this. I inked everything else. I don't want to ink on camera because I think it wastes too much of your time. But anyways, I have no choice now. We've got to do this. I got this one upside down. Just get rid of that white. We don't want the white. This one doesn't matter because it's not going to show. That one's also upside down. Okay, anyways, that didn't take forever. Now, here's the idea. We got to start, let's say we decide we start at the bottom. At the bottom, the top. That really is the top. Then this is what we're going to do. We're going to glue this whole thing because it really won't show. It is a sturdy cardboard, which is why I like this. And we take our top one and we lay it in place. Then we come with our next one. Going to be a slight overlap. And we lay it in place. Okay. Next one. Slight overlap. Come on. You're not centered. Next one, slight overlap. Put it in place. Next one, slight overlap. We put it in place. And the last one, I can see that I didn't space them right, so that's fine. There's enough room for that. I'm actually going to leave it as is. Let's bring in a fun little element here at the end. Wasn't part of the original plan, but there's no reason why we can't do it. So some of them I cut on my circle punch as well, simply because I thought that would be more interesting. Yes, I like this. I like the idea of that. I want that one to go the other direction. Right. This is going to work out just perfectly. Now, once you've got that ready, now I can just bring in these edges, glue those, and I want to put this one right there. This is going to be the belly band that holds my journal in place. So it can't be too close to the edge. But a little bit more interesting than just, right? Okay, these two are actually leftovers from when I cut this piece out of the page. So they are already back to back because they came from a back-to-back page. The postcards are prepared. These two tabs are prepared. And what I need to do is now glue this. Now this one I am going to do like that. So this would be your other option with these parts that fit on each other. But you glue that one, and then this one slides onto that one. Glue this one. And then let me just close the glue. And then this comes down here. And we just hold it for a bit. And that's the wonderful thing about printables, is that it actually goes rather quickly. Once you start building, I have to say, once you start building, because the cutting out, the inking, the folding, the planning, that takes a long, long time. This one keeps jumping up. I can't let go of it. I'm just going to sit here and hold it because that's what's required for this one. Okay, so 2 pages are going to go in like that. Postcards are going to go in. And put them there. And these two can go in like that. And just makes a little bit of interest. Now, whilst this is I should have clamps here. I don't. I have this one, which is actually not a, it's actually a lens clamp for the camera. A lens for the phone camera. I'm a gadget freak. Okay. So while that is holding it in place, let me show you what we do with this. We are now going to eyeball the center. Again, you can measure this if you want to. I'm not going to. Eyeball the center. A little ways down, a little ways up. You can decide for yourself what's up and down. And we just poke 3 holes. Let me leave that one there. Then, get a needle. Ooh, that's a humongous needle. Okay. Looking for a needle with a large hole. This is waxed thread. You're looking for roughly twice to 2.5 times the length of your journal. Cut your waxed thread. Unless it's a very small journal, in which case you've got to give yourself a little bit more leeway for the needle. Especially if you're using a humongous needle like this. Good grief. Okay. Where you start is where you will finish. Right. So I'm going to start in the center, in the center, and I will finish in the center. Now let me, okay. Leave yourself a little tail. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to come out by the center again. Now, let's do this. And by the center again. Okay, pull it tight. Now, I am doing this thing. I cross over from that side, I cross over from that side. Pull it tight again. Again in by that center hole, trying not to go through my thread. Pull it out. Cross, cross, through the thread. So there's already one knot, 2 knots. And you can decide if you want to leave this hanging free, if you want to tie a bow. It's entirely up to you. And just cut off the excess. And that's as simple as it is to do a 3 pamphlet stitch. I've got a little bit of a slight variation on it. But anyways, that's it. That's our journal bound. Is this ready for our journal to go in? I don't know. Yeah, it is. Okay. And our journal is going to sit right there. I think I need a closure for the journal because that bugs me. Okay, we're going to look for that just now. Now, before I do that, something else that I have prepared. Shall I just do that first? Wait, you know, when it bugs. So let me get my stash of ready-made things. There should honestly be something here that we can use. This is a cutie. Shall I? Oh goodness. Or shall I just go with the normal? Look, I've got a number of them that are prepared. I'm gonna have to just make a decision here, isn't it? Okay, I like this one. Kind of like this one. It'll stick out the journal. Maybe not. That's another one that's cute. Even though it sticks out, they'll be fine. I could put it to the top, or the bottom for that matter. Don't you like this? I think it's so cute. Too cute. You know what? I guess that's just the mood I'm in. But I'm going to go with that one. I actually think I'm going to marry it with this one. Let me do that. Maybe on another day I'll pull that off altogether. But for today, I'm enjoying that. I enjoy the little eyes looking at me, so I'm going to go with it. Okay, this is stuck down now. Now, what I want to do in these two gaps that I've got going here, let me just take this out of the way now. Hey, come on. What's this? Oh. Let me get it out of the way. Okay. So these areas here. Oi. Seriously, all sorts of stuff collapsing on me now. And I've just pushed all of my fussy cuts out of the way. So I thought the journaling should take center stage, should be the pivotal point for this page. Because I was looking for something to be the focal point. And I think it should be journaling. Maybe a poem or something, but yeah. So with that in mind, what I thought I'd do is to maybe what about green? Let's get my glue here. My ink. Not that one. How about using green to stencil some lines? And for this to really be effective, I suppose one should have to do the journaling now, but I'm not going to do that. I'm still preparing the journal. Yeah. Okay, and on this side, now I can just move these two out of the way, and I'm going to have to open that one so that they're not in the way. On this side, I want to do this. Let me just line it up properly. There's some more lines. Aye. Yay or nay? I should use the same one. Maybe extend it just a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like that. Oh, you can see the overlap, but that's okay. Perfection is overrated. Okay, I kind of like what's happened there. I was going to tuck this one back in. Where are the pieces that I pulled out and are now just, oh, here they are. Right. We can now go in deeper. But there they are. Not quite so straight, honestly. It's never in a straight line like that. And is as well. Too straight. Oh, I'm being pedantic, I know. Okay, so that's good. Now we start looking at what can we do for finishing touches. Now I kind of like this color. It's way different from anything else on the page. I also have these. And we can put down these splotches of color in various places. Or not. But I think I'm going to, because I think a little bit of color has never done anyone any harm. So, I'm off camera with some of these, aren't I? Let me do these two first. I like this one. Right, and then on this side, I haven't inked these, but I think I'm not going to. Well, obviously I think I'm not going to, because I haven't. Okay, now what else can we do to make this more interesting? There's a whole lot that we can still do. A whole lot. If you look at the labels that came with the set, I mean, if I put a label here, some of the words, maybe I'll do words, because I haven't done words yet, have I? So let's go for honey, yellow, it's sweet. Sure, crowding myself. Sweet yellow honey. kind of like that. Show him off camera, huh? I love honey. Sweet yellow honey. I do like this one, so I'm going to put this here. I'm going to have to hold it again, so let's get this one to hold it in place. I also want maybe don't particularly like that. Let's see what else we've got. I like the elements, they just don't work here. No. Not particularly. Not really. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't bring anything to the table. It's just blah. It's not. What about this one? Yeah, that one I like. Now, with this one being blank, it means that once again is a space for writing. Labeling, naming, doing something like that. Okay, I want to put this one here. And these are now just little final finishing touches, which you can keep up indefinitely, but I'm going to stop because I think the video is long enough, and you know, one's got to stop sometime, somewhere. There are so many nice elements in this set that I would still like to explore and use, and maybe just, I'm crowding it now. I'm really crowding it, but I want to use these pretty elements. Look, there's another project in another day. I can always just leave them. So, yeah, anyway. Since I've crowded this page, I need to just add something, hear me now, over here. Now that's too much the same. Yeah, that'll do. I think my absolute favorite element on this page is the journal. Okay, so this is now what the last page in our journal looks like. It's got loads of interesting things to pull out, write on, little comments, little notes, whatever it is. It's got this nice little element where you open this up. Now a little mouse is peeking out at us. And then, I mean, pulling this one out and flipping through it, that's going to be really interesting. But honestly, I think absolutely favorite element for the page has to be this journal, which you can just pull out and embellish, write, do whatever you want, draw, mix media. This is area to play. And because it's on 160 gram cardboard, it's sturdy. You can actually do quite a bit on it in terms of mixed media and such. So let's just get those back in place. That one's the wrong way around now. And I still like the eyes. That's it. That's it for this page. I'm glad we got to do a double page spread because otherwise they do tend to. I just want to, yeah, that looks better. Yeah, otherwise the videos just run on forever. I like the belly band that we created. So there are some elements that I really like on the page. I don't know what you like, but yeah. And then once we finally get to do some journaling here, and I really think what we need to do is write a poem there. That's going to really take the cake and just pull this through to what it really should be. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.